Y'all know I'm a little bit silly, right? I have to start off with a good smile because I'm just spreading nothing but good energy out there to everyone. So if you see Deshaun with a smile, you know it's good energy because I keep one on my face. Okay, and it's real. Today you already know what the vibe is for this talk we're about to have. I wanted to do a legendary confessions too, because confessions one was really good. And I see the comments. I catch how everyone is asking questions and missed moments about season one. But I think it's time to take a shift on to season two to talk about the confessions that Deshaun has experienced. Now, maybe some of them were good, some of them were bad, but it was just confessions. And I think if you took a kind of a walk in my shoes and see what I went through with season two, oh baby, was it something? Season one was fun, but season two was different. So I guess it's time to dive into that conversation about season two. You hear me? So let's get things going. Legendary season two, Deshaun Wesley. By the way, I went through a whirlwind for season two. A lot of things has changed with me when it came to Legendary one going into two. I think everyone had their experience of what Legendary was after season one, and then season two is supposed to bring on a new mix. Was really excited about this new mix for season two as well too because it had opportunity to let new houses go on the stage and show out and show off. One thing that was a big setback, y'all, the setback, and I have to make this very clear, that COVID played a major part into how Legendary Season 2 was shot and filmed. And I want to make everyone aware of it. You know, we experienced one day of it after season one for the final episode. And if you remember that, the House of Balmain, House of Escada, and House of Lanvin all battled without no audience members. It was just the cast and the crew there. For season two, baby, it was just the cast and the crew there. No audience at all. None of the episodes. It was weird a little bit. Now, some people did enjoy the fact that they and I asked some house members that as well too from other houses about what's your experience like without having an audience, because season one experienced the audience, and when you get the audience, you get the real deal. And season two didn't have that audience kind of mix. And I asked a few people. Some people enjoy that because people still get, a little bit of stage fright in front of others. Some people enjoyed the intimacy of it being so one-on-one and us just there with the judges and that's it, and the crew. But some people really needed that edge of the audience, and that's what was missing from the season two. Because you already know the crowd. We are crowd reactor. We enjoy our spectators. That's why we have a specific name set for those who come see us. Not all the guests who come. Those are the spectators who are going to sit, spectate, and watch, and either celebrate you, break it down, or let everybody know what's going on. So, if anything, season two was missing the audience. You were missing the vibe. You were missing the true essence of knowing how people enjoy you. Now, you had to work a little bit harder because it was the camera you were working on. So we had to change the audience that was the cameras. We had to bring them into the room. And I don't know how that happened because I had to crack jokes to an empty room of people. Oh, wow. I didn't think about that. Baby, well, that's why I'm the icon the way I am, because baby, I held it down. But that was very unique because again, I like to feed off of people, and sometimes you come up creatively of what you see, and that's when you know you're a good commentator MC, because you are to come up with everything really like right off hand. And if you got something that's really cute, repeat it. If the girls love it and they enjoy it. But when you are so authentic and go right off the realm, baby, love it. And we didn't have the audience to do that, so I had to make my connection personally with the camera at the same time while working with the houses as well too. But let's start off with the nitty gritty, the top, right? This is season two. We moved from New York City, or the East Coast. Now we're in the West Coast. We in Los Angeles. I actually lived here, so it was pretty cool. So I was high. But season two, we shot out in Sylmar, out in LA. We had the 10 houses come through. A lot of things were changing for me, and I'll make that very aware to everyone. I was a Lanvin in season one, and then for season two, I kind of left the house before season two started. For me, it was just growth. I seen growth within myself in what I've seen in my community as well too. And the only thing to change that or be the change you want to see is add to it. So for me, it was just a growing moment that I had. So I was a 007 for a little bit for season 2. I didn't have my No House affiliation or anything like that. I was just up there, as a lone 007 Ranger, just trying to understand my way because I really saw a change that was happening. Now, yes, I was cooking up to get to where I wanted to create my own thing, but I still was trying to understand the space I was standing in because here I am with season 2 of a huge show. And at the same time, so shockingly enough, while I was shooting Legendary, I was shooting Pose too at the same time. So I was like running back and forth, like being Shadow Wintour. Was I Shadow Wintour then? Yep, I was Shadow Wintour. And then I had to run here and be Deshaun the Icon. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. And again, that was a point in my life where I was having the greatest time ever. And I know it was during COVID, and I know people had many different experiences during this time, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but my experience is much different because I was making sure that everyone at home was good and entertained while COVID was going on because y'all was checking in to make sure we was good. You feel me? So I was a 007, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to just continue, that vibe. But, I had a couple of people around me who were talking. We were chatting about creating another house. And as you can see for Legendary, which I'll talk about a little bit later, I formed my own house. But yeah, it was a 007 on the show. Got to the houses. Everyone was there. And it was really cool. What I can tell you what happened on set, like, baby, they had everything locked down, though, darling. There was no way. If you was not supposed to be on set, if you didn't get tested, and oh gosh, I'm going back to COVID testing. Do y'all remember being COVID tested probably like every day if you had to? Oh my gosh. And if you caught the tail beginning of it, the testing swabs was about this long. I got questions because later on when they started doing COVID testing, they just started peeking my nose. And if y'all see me, I got a large nose, y'all. I got a nose. And one of the ladies who would test me would always go for the jugular. And I think I have it in video of me. Whenever she do it, I would always sneeze, but you have to see my face, how it crinkle up. And it was one of those. I wasn't avid of the constant COVID testing because it kept messing with these nostrils, and I got nostrils. So, but if you wasn't tested, if you didn't have things going on, excuse me, if you weren't tested and you didn't like really be on your things, we didn't want to make sure the show came to an end. And I had a lot of work on my shoulders because I have to make it very clear. When COVID was going on, this is 2021, season 2, yes. When COVID was going on, it's so interesting enough that I myself am a host of a show. And during that time, if you got COVID, the quarantine days that it kept on like, I believe it was rising from like it started like a 14-day, it probably went to 3 weeks or whatever. But as a host of a show, if I caught COVID, production had to stop for a while. And that's something I didn't want. So during this time, I kind of kept myself sheltered and kept only the people that I know who were working with me around me, and only here and there went out and about, or probably really didn't. But I kept my people really close because I didn't want to catch nothing. Because if I did, I had to halt production. And y'all not going to fault Deshaun for halting production. So I was being a very, great citizen, following the rules, doing what I had to do. And shout out to my team who were with me for season 2 because my team made sure I was really good. They held me down, and it was so cool. I appreciate my team. From my Poppinger down to my Paul and my Boots who would pull me through, into my Mike. And it's like, oh my gosh. Let's talk about this real quick. Really quick, before I talk about this, the houses and everything that went down, right? This is a conversation I feel like needs to happen because, as we, get our experience and the time goes on in this, the beauty field, the cosmetic field, and you say something like that, or, the hair world. For season 2, I started off with getting, I think people need to understand when it comes to a black man who needs a haircut, a barber, and need a hairstylist. One thing that I had to fight for a lot was trying to make people understand that there's a difference for a person like me who is a hairstylist, but and not a barber, because I needed my hair cut with my hair did. And when I tried to get a a male groomer, and I believe there need to be more male groomers out there. It was very hard. I had to find myself going to the barber and then working with my hairstylist. And one thing that was missing was my groomer. It was very hard to explain to someone that, hey, I need a barber and a hairstylist. They was like, but they're the same thing. I'm like, no. Definitely not for a black man who needs to shape up to be on key and ice sharp. And then I had hair, and I didn't do hair. I don't do my own hair, so I had to break this down about needing a barber and a hairstylist. Definitely when it comes to sitting in this space that I stand in, because baby, as a black man, I need this lineup to be crisp. I need this fade to fade out, darling. No Sade. And then my hairstylist, Mike Warren, thank you. You made sure this high top stayed through. Now, I'm going to let y'all know, I got upset for one of the episodes because I've been trying to grow my hair from season 1 to season 2. And one of the people who came through cut my hair off without even like blowing it out or anything. So he just took the razor and just tried to shape it up. And I'm looking at him like, sir, if you blow my hair out after doing that, do you know what it's going to look like? And you ever know, like, sometimes when you sit in a chair getting something done and you see it's messed up and your life cries before your eyes and you're over it? I was there like, oh my gosh, but I had to go on stage in the next 30 minutes and this person was cutting my hair and I knew it was over. Now, I look great. Episode 1, episode 2, I look great. But baby, when I blew my hair out, I think I had my own individual crown on top of my head because my hair was doing this. And I knew it was going to happen. I was like, oh my God, he didn't blow my hair out. And y'all brought this guy and I told you I need a hairstylist and a barber. And he thought he could do both and he messed up my hair. And I was through with it. I was over it. But lo and behold, Michael Warren, my good friend, comes through. And Legendary pulling through. And baby, he been working on this ever since then. Shout out to Michael because ever since the episode at season 2 and he came through, my hot tots has been going. And I'm trying to learn how to be a better hairman. Season 2, it brought in great houses. It brought in a shift. It brought in conversations that brought people so, oh gosh. Oh yes, we're gonna talk about Tishi. But so before we get there, let's talk about the beginning houses. That's when the first 2 houses that was sent through, I believe it was like Chanel and Prodigy. Again, I always say the houses who had their first experience on the show of Legendary, who've been sent home first, didn't really get the vibe of what it was to be around. I think season 2, I know season 2, baby, y'all was reading in those confessionals. And I want people to know that I don't see what the houses go through behind stage or anything like that, besides the ending of the episode when I deliver the message, which actually is seen in the beginning of the episodes, but I deliver what their what was it when they were in Superior House, what their Superior House advantage was. So that's the moment I only get to talk to them. So when I get home and watch the show, like y'all watch the show, and it gets into that black and white when they perform and the house is going in back and they're reading like, girl, they're going to give that 10s. I was gagging just like y'all were. So it's very unique. Season 2 really brought up the spice a little bit. Definitely about communication, while watching other people's performances and judging it as well too. Because baby, those reactions was on it, and I think it's so fun because I'm seeing my friends full done in these outfits and effects and stuff like that, and they're reading. So it's just so interesting. One of my friends was a cat, and they were just looking at us like, "Bitch, why is she looking like that?" And it's just a full cat. But those confessionals of them and them reading terribly. One thing I will say that I had the opportunity to watch each performance as they were on stage in front of the judges, because usually when I introduce them, I walk off stage and I got my little booth in the back, and Deshawn's being an icon with my team in the back, and we're sitting watching each performance. And season 2 was very cool and very unique about that part too. We dived into themes a little bit more. I know a lot of people asking what's my favorite outfit when it comes to Legendary and which episode. For season 2, for me, I had a few outfits. Season 2, I believe it was like an episode. Oh my gosh, let me just go. Episode 2, I had on a fencing outfit. And it was all white, crystallized down. Alex design. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, you took me. That outfit. I was cinched. And I had like a little, by the way, y'all know I like to dress. I like to dab in my fashions. I like to bring what I feel in my head to come to life and tell someone, and they bring it, for me to make me live in or bask in the energy or the glory of wearing fabulous clothes. That fencing situation, I had a hat that went with it and a full one piece outfit with my fencing. Oh my God, I was here for the things. That was one of my favorite outfits. I also go to. And again, I'm trying to remember the name of the balls or the theme of them, but baby, as I go into explaining them, that's what I get. But the episode where I had the body piece on and it was gold, and I had the matching piece on with my flat top, and I had a corset. By the way, you know, before Legendary, I wasn't a man like that to be wearing corsets. But baby, season 2, I appreciate, my ladies out there who are corset, and even what do they call those waist trainers? Baby, that corset for the fencing outfit, it was a corset. For that gold situation, oh my gosh, it was a corset. And when I tell you, I was up there shooting for hours, and oh, it was so much pain. I don't know how. Oh, because I didn't have no hips. Was that the reason? Because it was digging into my rib. Oh my gosh. I did look good, and they say beauty is pain. But no Sade, that gold situation, I just felt sexy. My boobs is out, nipples all out. Oh my gosh, I love having body out, by the way. So that's one outfit I did enjoy. I also enjoyed my pop art outfit. It was so fun, and it was it just brought my creativity to a complete different level with the suit that I had on with the polka dots and the outlining of me, and it was pretty cool. That was fun. And my last thing that I did enjoy was my one piece red outfit, and it was kind of like that Eddie Murphy kind of situation that went through with his outfit. That's kind of I got the theme and the look for it, because I wanted to do something with red. And by the way, it's so hard to come up with these, not hard to come up with it, but to make sure you as authentic, sitting with a panel of judges who are coming with complete different looks on the same theme. Oh, baby. And that's one thing that I did enjoy, is dressing up. I did enjoy putting my visual to the space. So yes, those are my favorite outfits for season 2. Yes, I enjoyed everything else. I had my sexy moments when we had the ice ball, and I felt like I was in this foil kind of situation. But baby, the mug was on. I'm sorry. I get excited about things like this. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the things of season 2 I know that you want to discuss. I do want to talk about the Tishi's performances. Let's talk about that. I'll go to Tishi. When Tishi did the performance with the Andy Warhol, I believe Taraji P. Henson was there that day. If y'all seen that, oh my God. She's like, oh my God, bitch, the library is open. Oh. And I think she cussed through the whole damn performance. She's like, bitch, yeah. Oh, I fucking love that. But Tishi's, that performance was nasty. The creativity, the fact that y'all was in your own individual monotone color or monochromatic color, it was so good and creative. Y'all used the platforms. You made it feel like I was at a museum. And that's how it is when it comes to getting creative as a house. I think we'll put that space out there as well too. This is something new for ballroom houses as well, because we don't have many opportunities to sit there and just get everything, handed to you and go and perform. So, some people feel they can go on stage and eat it up, but don't understand that when they go up there and they're thinking they're eating up, ain't really eating up. So it ain't really an easy job to go up there and perform. And the T-Sheets for that episode did amazing. So that was one of mine. Another performance I'll give life to was the House of Miyake Mugler, when they did the situations where they were all kind of in drag and it was on a long table. Oh, it was a moment, and it was like crash, 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 crash. It was these moments, and they was like to the beat. Oh, it was so good. I enjoyed that. Like, that was like another one of those performances that like really kind of hit the niche. And that was actually the moment that Mugler's kind of made that switch with their performances, because in the beginning when they were performing, they weren't getting as much good feedback, and it was kind of hitting them a little bit hard. But I'm not sure what went with this episode. But from that episode, then they won Superior House on, and they just took it through. But that performance that they did, awesome. Another performance I'm going to highlight, and for season 2, and I'm not saying any performances were bad, I'm just highlighting what were friggin' amazing that stood out the most and that everybody really talked about, was also that Tishi performance when they did the Green Soldiers. It was a Toy Story or the Green Soldier situation. You know how like you look at performances and you say, I want to be a part of that. That was a performance I wanted to be a part of because it felt so real and everything. They got creative and they took. I felt like I was a kid playing with my soldiers again, and it was so fun, so amazing, so great. So, when I see a performance that I would love to be a part of, I always like to say, "Oh my gosh, let me jump in. I like that stuff. That's a good performance." So that was the interesting part. Let me get into the category breakdown about it too. When as this COVID stuff was happening, yes, we're having these categories, but remember, people had to stay 6 feet away from each other. And if you know ballroom, or if you don't, you're gonna know now that baby, we don't stand 6 feet away from each other. Child, sometimes we have balls and have people, and the space is the size of this room where you have to perform, and you just perform. It was really interesting enough because they didn't want to have the contestants next to each other, y'all. So it was very hard. And if you were there to see it, you can understand. And it was very difficult for ballroom folk too, because usually we are given a space to go off and go out and just go. And when you're telling us that we're only supposed to stay in this box, and I know how I am as a performer as well too. Although I understand I have to be in this box, but the way I perform, child, I'm gonna fall out of the box. And there was many moments where house members and people from other houses went outside of the box because ballroom is so natural to us. And this is what the hard things we had to deal with shooting Legendary season 2 with COVID, because it was things that we normally don't do that we had to do because we didn't want no one to get sick. And I know people were back at home talking about that's not how it goes, and oh my God, that's not the category to this and that, and they're not doing it right, or why did it? It's only because of COVID-stricken rules for season 2 why things were seen the way that it was seen. Now, shocking enough, the camera work was catching the people that needed to catch for it, but we know how like we like to go full in. We like to just go everybody. Somehow I can end up off the stage, but it's still a part of the performance. That's what I mean. So that stricken rule pulled a lot of people back when it came to walking these categories. And I'm sure everyone from season 2 can tell you, whether it was the Garçons or whether it was a Ricci's, Mugler's, or anyone who experienced it, like they'll tell you like the lines and what it went through for that with them. So every category wasn't as fun. What category I enjoyed the most commentating for, though, I will take it back to, I forgot which ball it was at, but it was a toy. It was a toy, Toyland, when they were doing a duck walk challenge. And I love a duck walk. By the way, although I call myself the king of Vogue, I am a duck walking demon. So I come up with creative ideas duck walking wise. So I love to chant for duck walks. So it's kind of interesting. And for that episode, I was like chanting. It was like Simone battling everybody. Even when they were getting their tens and they had to creatively come together and come up with a good routine, I was just like, bring it on down for the duck walk down, bring it on down for the duck walk, bang, bring it on down for the duck walk, serve it on down for the duck walk. Give me that, sir. Come on, y'all. I like to commentate, y'all. It's one of those. But that was like my favorite moment of chanting. But I will say, that again, it's supposed to be as sporadic as it can, so it could be as natural. And again, for me, I'm always going to chant down if y'all just doing duck walks. So I can give you many variations of it. So, chanting wise, that was my favorite kind of like category to chant. Now, redemption battle. Every season we was expecting like redemption battles to be one of the most exciting things from the whole episode. And I think the reason why people miss their mark sometimes is because, you have to realize and be conscious of where you are. I know in settings when it comes to ballroom, we put ourselves in different environments and settings. So we have to learn how to understand what it is to be in a closed environment, a big environment, a runway environment, a theater environment, and how to perform in these spaces. Some people miss that. And I think this is why the redemption battles weren't getting as exciting as they were. But baby, that Malik Mugler, ooh, for season 2. Now, you know how season 1, Michaela, child, every time Michaela battled, it was something good. She done crawled up the damn wall, and she also got thrown back on stage by her house. Like, who the hell is going to do that? But that Malik for season 2, when I tell you, when the Muglers got in the bind, and I believe it was with the Icons, and baby, you can see it on his face, and he put on his heels, and he had on no shirt, and he was just ready. And I can only remember one move that Malik did. He like crouched down into a straddle and looked at the person like, "Oh, girl, you don't need this," and zoomed up and spinned it to a dip. And I was like, "Oh!" And sometimes I had to catch myself because I know I was chanting, and I know we can get excited about that. But baby, for me, that was one of those redemption battles that was really, really, really good, and I enjoyed that. So Malik, and he was not playing, and you could see it all over his face. That was one of the redemption battles that I kind of enjoyed. The judges were beautiful. I gotta get me the list of judges again. I forget who was the judges for Legendary Season 2. Let me see. Let me see if I can remember this off the jump, y'all. It's been some time. Like, it's changed. It's shifting. I've gotten so much that's been going on in my life right now. So, forgive me if I can't get back to hitting it right then and there. But baby, I get passionate and excited about it. So that's why I'll be like, oh. We'll talk about the judges for Season 2 of Legendary. I'm going to go down my list of judges and tell you what was going on with them for that night, how that felt, and what was the exciting things. I can start off by saying Nico Anand. Yo, I felt like I took my my good old aunt from the South and threw her on a panel because she was like, baby, it was, Nico Anand was a mood. He was a vibe. Of course, we wanted Uncle Clifford to be in the building, but baby, anytime we get a person amazing like presence to come through, excited. But baby, enjoyed. Nico enjoyed himself. That also brought us together, definitely as, artists in this world because we connected so much in a bond. And we were talking, shockingly enough, me and Nico were talking online before he actually came on Legendary. So it was just bound to happen. And so good energy. Love that man. And again, knew what he seen, was going right with the right like vibes and telling the houses the critique they need. Love Nico. It was amazing. Normani came, she gave a smooth, like judging kind of like prequel to it all. Wait, what episode was that? Yeah. I remember that was like the episode through with it. Yeah, she was amazing. Like Normani, really cool. She came with her LSS and did that split when I called her out. And the girls got mad at the intro I gave her. Y'all got mad at me, bitch, so what? I'm saying it again, bitch, so what? The girls got mad. And mind you, as she went on and like, after Legendary, because like she believes she had like 2 hits that was going on out there in the radio waves. And then after Legendary, she came in and hit on with some other tracks and other songs. I mean, I meant what I said and I said what I meant. And that's why she got the intro. And the bitches are mad at me. You could be mad. And when I say bitch, you're a beautiful, intelligent, talented, charming human. Bitch. Yeah, she enjoyed it. Next, we had, I'll go into Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato was really cool. We was waiting for a moment to have Demi to come to a ball event. And I want people to know that we be having mock balls outside of our ballroom events just to make sure people understand what it is when we have our balls. Like we do it at W hotels, we do it at big events. Sometimes we do it for brands and, it can use in many variations and spaces. But I know we experienced Demi before, and it was, amazing to have her here because she had the experience of knowing a few people in this community as well, too. So Demi, she came through, gave her expertise. She was great. Let's keep it going on with our next judge that came through, Adam Lambert. So Adam Lambert has judged a ball before. Now, it wasn't here in America. It was when Ballroom has took an opportunity and to go overseas to do a showcase and do a mock ball in Venice when they had the Life Ball. And what happened was the company organization came to the ballroom scene and grabbed about like 50 of us. Was it 50 of us? They grabbed a lot of us. And baby, they took us on a plane and allowed us to fly our own kind of area of the plane. And can I tell y'all, I never partied on a plane in my life. Have you ever partied on a plane? I have to tell you this. For the Life Ball, I believe it was 2013, the Life Ball brought in 53 ballroom people, and they gave us a plane that we all flew in. Now, yes, it was one of those gay planes, but we had our own section. And when I tell you, from the moment we got on the plane until the moment we got off, we were dancing, we were drinking, we were like going from chair to chair. I've never done that on a plane. It felt like the Soul Plane. It felt like the Soul Plane. And I swear, this is where it was fun too, because this next judge I'm about to bring up who was on Legendary, including Adam Lambert, because he was there for the Life Ball and he actually judged it. And I actually participated and I won the category and kind of beat the thing and won me a cute trophy and some coins. But Adam Lambert was a judge for that event. So we was there for the whole weekend. We partied that night, the night before, we partied the day after. The Life Ball was amazing. But that plane, this they're not called flight attendants, right? I don't want to be rude. They are called, because baby, you call them a flight attendant now, it'd be some things. It is not a flight attendant. They are called, jeez, think of the word. Because somebody addressed me one time. They was like, I am not a flight attendant. I am a da-da-da. I was like, ooh. Well, I'll put it like this. For this Soul Plane ride of Venice going to the Life Ball, literally the in-flight crew members came out of the buggy with nothing but drinks. And they was pushing them on the plane. And we were just like, yeah, let me get this. I've never been drunk like that with other people hopping from seat to seat on a plane. I gotta find that video, y'all. I'm gonna find it. And it's a good one. I used to have a camera and take photos. I used to have my little Sony and take I was a professional photographer for myself back then. So I used to take all the photos. But that's why I met Adam Lambert. During that same experience, shockingly enough, my sister, who also a judge, my sister, who was also a judge on Legendary, the amazing King Amaya Scott Margella, was there for that weekend as well too. So we was on this plane, like partying, like it was so crazy. It was so crazy. So had a good time. It was amazing. King Amaya Scott, amazing. Legend, icon in her category. Like, come on, you can't deny that lady because she's going to get it anyway. She's beautiful, came to Legendary, wanted to be a part of the things, and she came and gave her grace. And it was so beautiful. And I believe it was such a moment as well, too, because she had an opportunity to see some people from her communities, well, not from her state, her area, and watch them perform and sit out there and go and deliver. So it was amazing. Freaking amazing, Amaya. I'm going to go on to Taraji P. Henson. I felt like, one of the family members just had a seat at the table who wanted to watch the ball and kiki with us because Taraji, again, I have to let people know. When Taraji came in the building, right, the energy that she had there was so good. And you can tell she enjoys us. And I love when the artists, the celebrities that are out there that we knew when we were younger, now coming to our community and now can celebrate us for something that we enjoy doing, that they see the world is watching. And for me, it let me know that Taraji got some friends who were in ballroom and they were participating and watching too. And she was just, baby, I tell you, Taraji was there like, yeah, bitch, this is amazing. Oh, and it was even one moment, with the Balenciagas. When Taraji P. Henson watched the Balenciagas perform and, things didn't work out well for that performance and she gave some critique and Khalik Balenciaga started to cry. And you guys get a dose of that camera footage work of what you see on TV. There in person, she gave him the rundown. She's like, what you crying? Come here. And it was during COVID. So we was like, Taraji, girl, don't go too close. It's 6 feet. We got to have this thing. They're going to shut production, da-da-da-da. That she was like, you come here. She was like, you do not, this is, she said, I could see where that's coming from. That's coming from, where you need to work on is understand, like we get there, but don't beat yourself down. This is just the opportunity for you to build and step up forward. And she came and brought that man and gave him some advice. And for that episode, I felt like I was watching TV, although we was on TV. I was watching TV while on TV. Taraji P. Henson. But that felt so good. She's such a vibe. Shout out to my Virgos out there. She's a Virgo. Shout out to my Virgos. Virgo life. But, love Taraji. Amazing, good energy. And everyone was just so happy to see her. And this, again, I love the space that Ballroom get to see the celebrities that we watch every day. Tiffany Haddish. I enjoyed Tiffany Haddish. I myself enjoyed Tiffany Haddish on the judges panel. When I tell you, the judges, for me, when a judge is getting to their own realm, I'm not stopping y'all do what y'all do. But when it's time to move on and keep things going, I'm gonna make sure Deshaun stand in this space and make sure it keeps going. But like, Tiffany wanted to chime in at a little moment, and like Laomi and Honey was having a little moment, and then Tiffany kind of said, had an understanding about something wanted to deliver, but it was a thing with Tiffany too, and I think people enjoyed it as well too because there were people who were inside with Tiffany like, hold up. She's a judge, bitch. She got questions. She want to ask something. But at the same time, there was like, this is, the ballroom girls going through their ballroom situation. And no shade, I believe Tiffany said she was ballroom too. She been to a couple back in the 90s. She remember those things. If y'all, oh gosh, I can't believe they've removed these things off of HBO Max, these girls. uh, uh, it's all good. We're going to find another home. But like to me, in general, Tiffany Haddish, I enjoyed her. I think she gave her authentic self. I think people, are receptive of it. People didn't understand what was the magnitude of what was happening. And I can explain that as well too. Laomi was explaining something that we as elders in our community break down to the new kids who are even in the same, uh, whether it's the same realm or category or within the same space. That it's certain things how what's changing right now, which we're making a difference. And sometimes you got to get on a ballroom girl's tail because you just never know how a girl react. And people sometimes don't understand how you are delivering because they don't know the communication that you have with this person. But hey, you may see someone read their kids, but maybe that's how they communicate. You may see someone say something, maybe that's how they do. So maybe I would usually say, she just felt the passion enough to be like, wait, hold on, I don't get it, but something needs to be said. And but I enjoyed Tiffany. Oh my God, good. I enjoyed her, and we had on these lime green situations. That's why I said I felt good. So cool. Love Tiffany. Judges is awesome, and that was the whole full real deal about it. Now I didn't talk about my immediate judges as well too. Ooh yes. Did something go on real stern for season 2? It like Megan was still there for season 2. I enjoyed Megan, so ain't nothing like things changed. She brought her same vibe for season 2. She was there. I feel like now that she had that vibe for season 1 going to season 2, she was dressing along with us. If I had my favorite outfit from Megan Thee Stallion, it had to be 2. It was a pop art because she had on this. It was the ponytails with that black outfit, but with the lining of the color. Like Megan, that was creative as shit. Oh, I got a few. She also came out with this. Oh, was it the pop art? It was another ball. She had the balloon dog, and it was faux. It was her Frenchie faux, and she had the blow up poodle with a blow up purse, and it was so cute. I'm like, God damn. I live for Megan's outfit, and she got body, body, body. She's a stallion, so like you're gonna see the curve, you're gonna see the frame, you're gonna see the approach. I loved her outfits, and those are the ones I got my life from. It was the one where it was the blow up kind of dog and a blow up purse and the colorful outfit, and then her other kind of like it reminded me of Basquiat. Maybe that's why I like it. And I'm gonna talk about Basquiat in a second. So yeah, Law. Shockingly enough, Law kind of got me together because it was kind of cool during the season of him judging because we had the pop art ball and Law was dressed in all Basquiat. So during that time of, I was a 007. Remember I said that in the beginning. During these episodes, I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I decided I wanted to start a house. And I came up with the name Basquiat, but I haven't said it publicly yet. So as I'm now planning is getting to the ending of the season, I'm planning one of the episodes, Law has on all Basquiat. And the only person that did know was my hairstylist at that time, Mike. And I'm like, you see this shit? Like he's wearing Basquiat. Mind you, you know how you think, oh my God, the universe is saying the right things to me. Law's wearing this, Megan's wearing that. The Mugler's did Basquiat for their performance. Oh my God, I'm in the right space. But that kind of like, he got me together with that. He had like the short haircut and it was green. He had Basquiat designs with the white suit with the Basquiat over it. Oh, Law. And I always say that me and Law somehow tend to be wearing the same similar outfits sometimes. I'll get into that about season 3 because we was almost caught in the same outfit, and they were just like, "No, y'all got to change." And me and Law was like, "Bitch, I don't care about that. Girl is in red, I'm in purple. Like we don't care, but we'll talk about that another time." But me and Law always have similar outfits, and I will go back to like the Ice House Ball. We kind of had like the same. Like I told you, I kind of felt like I had on like this foil kind of situation, but Law had on this suit that kind of gave the same vibe. And I'm like, Law, why we keep doing this? Every time I used to see Law, I was just like, girl, what you wearing today? And we did that for like literally 3 seasons because, basically we had that male essence there to, pick out our things, and we were always similar with it. Oh my gosh, that's why I love Law. But we paid it and got our life from it. Uh Jamila, my legendary wife on Legendary. Always was in a gown, baby. But I felt like for season 2, she started to like do her own thing and take her own creative. And she turned into like this kind of sexy runway model diva on Legendary. She always had her gowns, but then she had a nasty sleek boot. Or she'll have a nice slanted cat eye, or she'll have a thigh out, or but she loved her a gown. Miss Jamila had her a gown when it came for something. And again, people need to understand about how people approach themselves into themes. Because if I'm going to approach my way, I'm not going to expect someone to do the same thing that I do. But she came and approached it her own way, and it was her vibe. She was like a princess. She was a queen of her world. And she always came out in her fairy tale dresses and things, and it was amazing. But baby, when she came out with those outfits, she did it. Miss Jamila, she picked it through. No Sade. And she learned how to let the girls know to get off my ass. Because season by season, Jamila would get even to season 3, you'll learn that, baby, don't play with Jamila. Because she gonna come. She gonna come. And then my sister Laomi. Y'all know I'm my sister Laomi is always gonna do her and eat it up the way that she's gonna eat it up. No holds barred. And you should already know that. But Laomi comes through and just sells it and brings it through all the time. Her creativity, how she eats it, her ideas that she come with it. And sometimes I'd be like, oh my gosh, like her outfits are so, if I was a girl sometimes, if I had the opportunity to do those. Laomi would eat it. I love my sis approaching her vision when it came to the themes, and she ate it. Her for the season, she turned it on out as well too. She always gonna give her good critique or some stern critique. Oh gosh, she was gonna give good critique or some stern critique. And if you like it or not, you're just gonna receive it, but you're just gonna get the full real deal of how Laomi feels. And I'm never gonna doubt my sis because she always delivered in the way she's supposed to, and it was what needed for the people. So, and I know sometimes we're in a space because in ballroom it always changes. Sometimes you could judge, sometimes you could sit there and walk and participate. Same person that you judged before is now judging you. So it can change at any moment. Not for Legendary, though. For here, this is the opportunity for us to teach those who are now stepping into these spaces of performing to be a performer. Oh, I know I've been running my mouth, god damn it. But now we get into this whole situation about Basquiat and why I did this and what was going on. Okay. As I said in the beginning, I was a 007 starting off a season 2. I was going through like a little change in my life. So I wanted to start in a space and around my own. And, I've had amazing people that I was working with to speak and come up with the idea. And I didn't know what my house name was going to be probably until like the 3rd or 4th episode in. And that's already like probably a month past because I was like, okay, do I want to start my own house? I didn't want to be a part of nobody else's house because I just wanted to, start my own legacy. I've been known for doing something for others for 20 plus years. So it was like, Deshaun, now it's time to jump on your own vibe. And not to sit there and say, I want to boast and say I got my own house and all that jazz. I just want to continue the change I wanted to see by adding the information and knowledge that I have to the kids that were joining my house or the adults. Because I don't like to say I have kids. I have adults. I have kings and queens. So I chose Basquiat. And usually, as y'all seen every episode from season 1 and season 2, we would have a performance at the end, like me and Laomi did Vogue Tango for season 1. And season 2 was all about Deshaun. And I was like, okay, so let me, my original, let me be real, I'm the type of person that's going to fight to get what I want. I'm going to fight to get what I want. And if the vision don't fit right with me, I'm going to honestly, graciously just bow out and take a step back and know it ain't going to work for me. But, they wanted me to perform. And I'm like, at first, Okay, I didn't get my original vision that I want. I want to tell y'all because Chow, it's a performance. Like y'all know, it was a studio. So what I wanted for my performance, those lights would not have been able to handle all that dust that I wanted for my performance because I want it to be tribal skin with like, white paint and dust. That's what I wanted for a performance for Legendary for my finale. That's for my excuse me, for Legendary finale performance. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be in this tribal kind of situation, skirt drums. I wanted dancers. I wanted black and white. I wanted dust and smoke everywhere. Until the producers like, Deshaun, come on now. We have lights. We have things that you can't do. You can't be throwing paint like that. This thing ain't gonna happen. And plus, we have to continue the rest of the episode after you perform. So I know it's finale, but come on, Deshaun, we can't do it. So I had to bring it into a complete different world. So yeah, if you don't know, this world of Deshaun is very unique, and I enjoyed. I had a great time. But when Sergeev, our beautiful, you know, production manager who was there, a visual manager as well too, made sure I had this beautiful sphere for my performance. Oh my God. I enjoyed it because I was on the inside and I knew what I wanted to do outside of it. Now, people don't know that you have to do takes when you are performing. Thank God it was pre-recorded because baby, I had to record and perform 3 times and do it over and over again. Y'all didn't see how tired I was during the second time because you got to pull it on through, but I did it 3 times and I wanted that to be the space. Now, here's why I chose Legendary, and I probably said this before, but here's why I chose Legendary to allow me to show or tell people that I was starting a house. Number one, I was in a place where I can be unapologetically myself and go in a vision in a way that I wanted to. Usually in ballroom, it's always a 50-50, bitch. It's a 50-50. So I would have loved to have went to a ball and say, oh my God, I got a new house and have a moment to walk on stage and my house members with all 50 of them and do all this other stuff. But sometimes you are not guaranteed that in ballroom. It's not guaranteed that it will turn out that way. Sometimes you want your vision to be that way, but then you get something else. And I didn't want my house members or people that were part of me to get a weak understanding of who they are. So I chose to do it on, well, why not do it on Legendary, Jay Sean? The hell? The fuck? Yeah, so I went on Legendary for my finale. It was my season for me to run and perform at the end. And I did just that. And I wanted to do that without no hiccups, no interruptions, no fights, no category disagreements. I wanted to sit and let the world know that I was starting the house. And yes, I could have did that at a function at a ball, but I took it and did it in a complete different space so people know the type of drive and the energy that I was going to and where I want to go when it comes to my house and moving forward with it. And what a great motherfucking thing to do, Deshaun. Now I walk everywhere. They're like, oh my God, you saw the House of Boss? Yeah, girl, how you know? Oh, I love the performance. Oh, thank you, Stink. Thank you. I did that myself. I choreographed it myself. I brought the people in. I brought my favorite dancers. By the way, I brought all the dances that I enjoyed and I loved. All the ones that I wanted to bring in. I wanted to bring in the Robert Greene. I wanted to bring in the Noels. I wanted to bring in the Julio. I wanted to bring like the people I enjoyed to have them perform with me as I'm starting my new house. And I brought them on stage to help me project this vision that I had, and it worked out. And what moments did you get your favorite dances that you be watching on YouTube and be like, oh, can you perform me at this performance? Living my gay life. I live. So that was one of the things I did, and I went it away in a vibe that I wanted to, and the space allowed me. I liked my performance. I love my outfit. I love my house. I love where we are today. And damn, we didn't get an opportunity to go on Legendary. Damn. I'm going to make that a thing. But shit, it didn't happen. But what I was so glad I was able to do was sit and showcase and let people know that there's a new house in town. So get those guns ready, because we coming. So Legendary. Legendary season 2 for me, it was different again, and like I want you to understand something. Experience all of this under COVID wasn't the best because I believe there was even rules about going outside during that time, and like things that you couldn't do. The world wasn't really open like that. But I was experiencing it in a complete different way and form. And yes, I had my days where I was sitting home. Yes, I did sit home majority of the time because I didn't want to get anything or have anything going. And it played a major part to season 2 of Legendary. But baby, one thing about Ballroom, we're going to deliver no matter what. Baby, you put us in a box, we're going to have a ball. Baby, you put us in a hallway, we're going to have a ball. You could put us in the Lincoln Tunnel in New York City, we can still have a function down there because there's no way of stopping us. And even while COVID still was going on, balls were still occurring in different ways. We did go virtual. That lasted for a little bit, but we need the love, and we know how we are. And now today we're back to what we used to know. But during that time, I want people to know that Legendary wasn't easy to shoot. It wasn't easy for the houses. It wasn't even easy for a person like me. And I was having the time of my fucking life. But still, I was happy that I was able to have a space to let the world know that I was one of those ones to start a house and do the things, not only because I just want to show out and be that next fancy one with the fab house, just to let you guys know that I can contribute. And not only can I contribute with my performance and with my voice and what I do by performing outside, I could do that with a house as well too. And I had the great opportunity to do that. And I have an amazing, amazing family who is bringing me to an amazing speech right now. So shout out to the Basquiats. Bye, skeet, motherfucker. Yeah, they just said Basquiat. Goddamn, I was just listening. Well, I hope that was kind of like the scurry up for Legendary season 2, the confessions. I mean, I wish to say it was more back there. Of course, it turns out into a headache. If anything, for Legendary for me, the one thing I loved, it was hearing the showrunner in my ear. You probably didn't see it on camera, but baby, when things went down, my ear was going through it. So I used to call it my That's So Raven moment, because they'll be like, Deshaun, I'd be like, wait, yeah. And the judges could be looking at me as they looking for me to start the thing. I'm like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Before I get out of here, before I say that, one thing I do miss about Legendary season 2, and this is for Megan and Leomi. Whenever I had to read something or go through something, right? I have slip-ups. I'm fucking human. All right? Allow me to fix my shit. So I would have my things and slip-ups while I'm talking, and Leoma would be like, get it right. Get it right. I'm going to get you, Leomi. She used to sit there, and I would fumble on a word, and she'd be like, oh, God, I got to do it again. She'd be like, get it right. Get it right. What I do, that's what I enjoyed about Leomi for season 2. And with Megan for season 2, she was my coach. So she was my twerk coach, my training coach for everything like that. So Megan there was such a key. Megan would read it a little bit. And she's like, no, you got this. Come on. The coach going to do it. You already said, you already know what you do. Get it together. So it was always a Leomi and Megan coming after me when it was that. And that was the fun part of me, because that was the ways I was able to connect to them. Because every time I did eat it, I used to always walk past and go, So I did enjoy that from Megan and Leomi together, as they know we had our little moments to connect and kiki, because every time I would fumble up, Megan would get on my ass and Leomi would get on my ass. And y'all know, y'all do not want Leomi to be getting on your ass, okay? It was one of those. But that's what I enjoyed much about Legendary season 2. It did open up an opportunity for Legendary season 3 to happen as well too, and we did come out with some amazing winners. So shout out to the House of Miyake Mugler, and the runner-ups, the House of Balenciaga. You guys did awesome, and you put together a fabulous season. And that goes to all the houses as well too, because without you, we would have a season 2. You feel me? Okay, y'all know I can get to talking, and I could be saying a lot of things, but I'll do another one for season 3 of Legendary Confessions, and we'll go through it. I'm just telling a synopsis of the basis of what's happened behind the scenes, but I feel like I'm gonna have to, also about a Legendary Confessions, tell about the things that I like and I don't like. And I feel like people want to know, but we'll see how that goes. But I have to tell you about Legendary season 3, and it also comes with its own individual mix. So until then, you have been speaking to the icon Deshaun Wesley Basquiat. Oh wait, overall father for the House of Basquiat. Yeah, I know I'm silly. Please make sure that you check me out on Deshawn.show if you want to continue on listening to this episode and other episodes that you probably missed because you need to catch up. Or you can go to Apple or Spotify and check it all out there as well too. So y'all already know what my vibe is. Let me get my loud ass jacket because this icon is out.